Now, listen, you guys, it's a mess. It is a mess in the streets, okay? There are allegations, and there's a rumor that is circulating that Jetavia is considering getting managed by Roc Nation. And we're going to be talking about the Barb that is coming out with alleged text messages between him and Jetavia, and is claiming that, well, JT was talking ish about every, other female rapper. Well, not every, but some female rappers, Ice Spice, Caresha, and allegedly Nicki Minaj. Okay. Now we're also going to be talking about Rihanna making people mad out there, as well as Bia having new music on the way. Now, these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about in this video. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the Tea Plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So first of all, let us talk about Jetavia and this entire Roc Nation talk, okay? So word on the street is that, well, the girl is considering a Roc Nation management deal. Okay. Now, first of all, do I believe that this could be a possibility? Absolutely. I do believe it. Number one, because Leslie already is tied to Roc Nation. So it would make sense for him to try and negotiate a deal between Jetavia and, of course, Roc Nation. And Roc Nation at this point is hungry and thirsty for female rappers that could possibly replace Nicki Minaj. So I do believe that, well, getting a lady who seemingly is very close to Nicki Minaj is like an in-your-face move towards Nicki Minaj, especially given that, well, Nicki allegedly was, interested in signing Jetavia. So them snatching JT away from Nicki Minaj is like a D-swinging move, okay? It's just them, Jay-Z shaking his, ding-a-ling-a-lee and saying that, see the power that I have, and see this one would rather be signed to me, would rather be tied to me than to you. So I do believe that there is a possibility, and the fact that the rumor is going around saying that it's a management deal, it's very believable because, well, JT, you do know, is already signed. So a management deal is the closest that they can get, at least until JT gets out of the deal that she currently has with the current record label. And then maybe they will offer her the independent, but not so independent deal that they have with Bongo 2. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think about that. That being said, do I blame Jetavia for taking the Roc Nation management deal? I do not blame her. I do feel like, any artist would want to be associated with, that bot nation or fraudulent nation because of the perceived power that Jay-Z has. Now, do I feel like it's a little betraying thing, with Nicki Minaj and everything that's going on? Absolutely. I do feel that, well, there's a little bit of, it's natural that Nicki Minaj would feel some type of way about that, given that in the recent years, Fraudulent Nation has obviously been an op of Nicki Minaj, and they have allegedly been trying to sabotage multiple moves of her. Now, what's going to be interesting in this entire situation is, well, Jetavia is not cool with Bongo 2. You do know that she declined to be on Bongo 2's song, and so there has been tension. And, well, people allegedly were saying that, well, talking about the turned wig like Effie, they were referring to Jetavia, Bongo 2, and Glorilla. So I'm just wondering what the dynamics are going to be between the two women, if they are going to be signed to, Bot Nation, like the two of them. I really wonder what the dynamics are going to be like. But then again, it's the music industry. People will form like they're cool. People will act like they're cool just, so they can benefit from each other. So I wouldn't be surprised if the following day we wake up to a collaboration between Jetavia and Bongo 2, because after all, the music industry is a business and there really are no friends in this game. So let me know in the comment section what you think about that. Personally, in as far as signing to Roc Nation is concerned, if she likes it, we love it, okay? That's what I'm gonna say. Now, where things get messy for me and where I begin to look at her like, you are so messy, is the part where she allegedly is in these big Barbz DM, forming relationships and some form of rapport with them. That is the part that I personally I'm not here for, okay? It's one thing to say that you want to authentically grow your own fan base and you don't want to have the Barbz supporting you. But if you do not want the Barbz supporting you, yet you are forming relationships with big Barb pages so that they promote your music, what is that? What is that? Because in one breath you're saying that you don't want the support of the Barbz, in the next breath you're going and forming relationships with pages that are pro Nicki Minaj. To me, that is very weird. But then again, am I surprised? I mean, I'm not. It's the music industry. It is dirty, and people really can act like they love you. People, like Nicki Minaj rightfully say, will support you and love you when it's beneficial. And that's basically what we're watching playing out. I really was hoping that this was not going to be true. I really was hoping that this is not how it is. But yeah, at this point, the girl is messy, you guys. Like, no matter how you look at it, no matter how much grace you try to give her, everything that this boy is coming out to talk about, it's messiness. Now, I will say that this is messiness on both parties, on the boy who's out there making these allegations, as well as on Jetavia. Jetavia's issue is, why were you out there DMing this Barb page? First of all. Number two, why were you paying his rent? Because this boy is claiming that, well, Jetavia paid 1,400 in rentals for him. And then Jetavia was speaking ill of Caresha and Ice Spice to him. Like, this is the part that I do not understand. Like, I don't get this part. Like, out of all the people that you could vent for, because at this point, I'm just looking at Jetavia also. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's say you wanted to vent. You decided to vent to a Barb that you met online. Guys, come on. Man, come on. Like, out of all the people venting about Caresha, the person you grew up with, to a Barb online. Venting about Ice Spice to a Barb online. A part of me really does not want to believe this, you guys. A part of me really doesn't want to believe it, because what is this? What is this? Oh my God, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about that. Yesterday, it was an entire mess. Got the Scoop was somehow involved in this entire situation, and this boy Quise was also out there involved in this entire situation. And it seems like, well, Got the Scoop was on Jetavia's side, and this man was like, I'm gonna expose everything, because allegedly Got the Scoop has got the messages, the text messages between this boy and Jetavia. And so she was like, I'm gonna expose the messages. And the boy was like, listen, if you're gonna expose the messages, make sure to expose everything that we spoke about on the phone again. And I guess there were allegations that Got the Scoop was also on the phone call when Jetavia was talking to this boy. Now, both Got the Scoop and and this boy Q, these are well-known people who are pro Nicki Minaj. So I'm really truly surprised as to what is happening. Okay, but then I've heard Got the Scoop saying that, well, she knows JT in real life, I guess, but at the same time, she's a well-known Barb blogger. So all this entire situation is getting messy. It's really getting messy. There was like a snippet of a small clip of the messages that were exchanged, and that's the part where JT said to Q, tell the Barbz to not support me because they are annoying. Or it's annoying, something, in those lines. And for me, that's when I feel like, well, that was very disrespectful. Like, I was all for her trying to have her own fan base and not, to depend on the Barbz. But I feel like that could have been worded differently. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, she could have easily said, please, and, tell the Barbz to not support me because I'm trying to have my own fan base. Saying that the Barbz shouldn't support me because they are annoying, for me, that's just doing too much. That is actually doing too much. Honestly, I don't think that was necessary. But that being said, I'm just like, Q is a Barb. So for Jetavia to have the guts to say disrespectful things like that about the Barbz to you, what were you saying to her as well? Because it's like a situation where somebody wants to talk smack about my sister. If somebody becomes very disrespectful talking to me behind my sister's back about my sister, it means that somewhere, somehow, I gave them the idea that they can get away with doing that. So now my question is, what were the conversations that we had before that text message that made JT comfortable enough to say to you, the Barbz are annoying? That's the question. And that being said, you guys, I cannot believe that we're having a conversation of somebody possibly selling out for 1,400 US dollars. Like, ah, 1,400 US dollars, you guys, not even 10K. I cannot believe that. $1,400 and you're willing to sell out. This is very interesting, you guys. But anyway, I'm just curious to see how that is going to play out. I'm curious to see how God the Scoop is also going to tackle this issue from this situation, because people constantly were asking her, she said people will run away with false narratives and things like that. And people were asking her, like, so is it true or is it not true? And we did not get a direct answer on whether, it's true that JT was talking smack or not. Okay. So I'm just thinking, if it were untrue, I'm sure she would have just gone out to say that, well, it's not true. But the fact that, well, there's a little bit of dancing around, I'm also kind of curious to see how that is going to be. Like, if you have been following me, you know that God the Scoop has been one reliable source of tea for me, especially on the gram there. So to kind of see things like this happen, yeah, it's pretty interesting. But anyway, let me know, you guys, in the comment section what you think about that. I will try and insert a snippet of, Q's spaz and everything, and him spazzing out and things like that. I will try to insert it, but then he was swearing a little too much, and so because of that, obviously, it's gonna be a lot of editing for me. If I manage to, I will insert the whole thing. If not, maybe just snippets. That being said, let us move on to the next thing that we're gonna talk about. We are going to talk about Rihanna, okay? Rihanna is out there making people mad. People are like, aren't you supposed to be modest? Oh my God, are you not a mother? Are you not this? You know how the internet place is like, okay? People were like policing her for, the little video that she shared, and she was out there saying that she's matching her underwear with her shoes. And she kind of, showed off her underwear, and people were like, oh my God, you're a mother, for crying out loud. And I'm like, it's Rihanna. She's a billionaire. You think she cares about that? She doesn't, man. You think that her sons are gonna grow up and look at Rihanna showing us her underwear and be so mad? No, they will be grateful for the amount of wealth that they get to inherit because of that woman. I don't think she cares, you guys. And after all, it wasn't even like a thong or anything like that. It was like a proper granny underwear, if anything. That was sort of, so I really don't think that there's anything to be mad about there. She didn't do the most, in my own opinion, eh? But maybe I might be biased because it's a billionaire that we're talking about, hey? Anyway, I might need somebody to pay my rent. So maybe that's why I'm being biased. The next thing that we're going to talk about, you guys, we're going to talk about Bia. It seems like Bia is out there teasing new music, all right? There's a snippet that she decided to share on her Instagram, and seemingly there is new music coming from her. And I cannot wait to hear what she has in store. I mean, she kind of went quiet after the Transformer did not respond to that diss track. So now I am very curious to hear what she has coming, on the way. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about Summer Walker as well. It seems like Summer Walker is also teasing some new music, and let me know if you're excited about all these artists teasing new music, okay? That being said, I think I will insert the audio of Q talking about this entire situation. I really am curious for you guys to let me know what you think about this, because some of you were already blaming Nicki Minaj, saying that, oh my God, she's so bitter, she's this, she's petty, she's this. Like, tell me, would you have moved differently if you noticed that, well, the person that you were out there trying to take under your wing is acting weird, maybe at the command of the fraudulent nation? Because I'm trying to figure out what this is, okay? Or did they tell her to do that? That's what I'm questioning. Like, is that a requirement that, like, if you join Fraudulent Nation, you have to go against Nicki Minaj? Like, that's what I don't understand. And also for Q himself, I'm just thinking, if something had not gone wrong between the two of you, were you going to come out and tell us that Jatavia is paying your rent behind the scenes? Would you have told us that, well, you're saying Jatavia is such a great artist because, well, she's paying your rent behind your scenes, if everything had gone well? And also this entire picture of the news being brought out during her release time, is this still a publicity stunt? Because now I don't know what to believe. I'm like, you could have spoken about this way back, But to wait for a release date, if that's not messy, you guys, I really don't know what is. I am kind of disappointed because at the end of the day, Q is somebody who's well researched when it comes to the hip hop culture. So it's not really the type of mess that I would have expected him to be in. But hey, that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comment section what you think about that. I will insert that video, and after that, that audio, and after that, I don't think I'll be coming back. So let me just say my byes. Thank you for watching, and thank you for making it this far. Do not forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, and all those good things. And until my next one, see you.
I want to see Marquise get upset. Well, here's the first time in the last 6 months since I had this page where y'all are genuinely seeing me be upset. It is not tea that I told Jatavia that if the Barbz are talking about you, to pay it dust because they was just talking about tape. It's not tea that she paid my rent if I just said she paid my rent. And you send the shade to address me instead of addressing me yourself because you know you got on that phone and you talked about Ice Spice and you talked about Caresha amongst other people. And I didn't say that when I got up last time. So the fact that you're addressing me now when you know all these things were said, bitch, post it. Shay, post it. Post the text messages. And then I will post them too. You like y'all doing y'all big one. Y'all are, and let me tell you, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what's not going to happen. And you, like, let me shut up. I'm not going to say that. Thinking they got the upper hand and the upper hand is never on their side. Trust me on that one. I didn't even disrespect this girl because she did pay my rent and I was grateful. But girl, don't send no, I didn't do nothing wrong to you, Jatavia. I told the people exactly what you said. And so I know you're going to use this for your little press run tomorrow, and that's why you want to Shay to post the text messages. I'll stay here all night. Because I know Shay likes drama, so post my text messages. That's why I keep saying. But post the phone call too. Post the phone call, JT, because you was talking. Like, don't get up and be threatening me. I don't like that. Talking about, oh, I'm going to post these text messages. I was going to post them. The only reason I'm not addressing this bitch her die out and flop because her whole goal was to get the Barbz talking about her anyway. And I wasn't going to speak on it because I know that's what the goal is. But thinking because you pay my rent something so motherfucking, and then here goes Shay. She sent him more than his rent. Bitch, she did not send me my whole rent payment, bitch. She sent me partial because I already paid half my rent, stupid. Just be thinking they know shit and they don't know nothing at all. Because it was a post that said, I sent JT a post with how much I owe for my rent because they put the letter on the door because I was 2 weeks late. No one was getting evicted or anything. When you late, they tell you late. Hey, you late. You owe this. Okay, I was going to pay it. I get paid every 2 weeks. But instead of waiting, I just asked JT. Like, hey, JT, could you pay this for me? You talk to me every day. Got you on the stage in Boston, bitch. I'm tired of people thinking they have tea. See, that's the thing, and that's why I'm up here now. Instead of getting on live tomorrow, got the scoop on your Instagram and thinking you have tea and posting text messages, post a phone call of JT talking shit about Ice Spice and Caresha after she got on the phone with Caresha and made up with her. And I have the phone call too, and my mother was on the phone. Hold that. Because we can really press play. We can really press play. We can really press play with all the you were talking. Bitch. Shay thinks she got tea because she has. First of all, I never text JT after that day because that bitch don't know I was never speaking to you again. I already got your tea. Bitch. Come over here and tell me it wasn't no issue. It was an issue. And then Shay's gonna get up and say such and such never said this to such and such. You're a tick. How you gonna tell somebody what they said to somebody else like the person don't know what I was said to them, bitch? Y'all are trying to garner public favor. And I know everybody don't want me to be up here and yell and crash out. But it's been 6 months of me really paying it. Like, y'all think I be joking, and when I go back and forth with people, I do not be genuinely mad. But this, because she paid my rent, she got something up my head, bitch. I ran off with your $1,400. Then I got on station head with the Queen of Rap. And I promoted the Queen of Rap's music, bitch. Didn't get back. And I know you're listening, JT. I ran off with your $1,400. After I found out what the truth was, and I got my ass up on station head, and I promoted the sleeves, bitch. was okay and did okay on the charts. You gotta post text messages, post them so then I can post everything. Do me a favor, so I can post the phone call. How about that? All the things that you said on that phone, mamas, on that phone for an hour talking so much. And you saying you gonna post my text messages is threatening me with a good time, bitch, because I know what I said. And again, I repeat what I said because I tweeted this. I told Jatavia, can somebody tell me her last name? Because I like governments. Let me Google it. I address when they play with me. Jatavia Shakara Johnson. What I told you, Jatavia Shakara Johnson, instead of you sending a blog page to speak for you like Cardi B does, tell the people what I said to you. I don't care if she posted. I don't. What I said to the they be talking about Take Two. They were just talking about him because they thought he was going to be on the FTCU sleeves mix. They're fickle. Pay it in reference to the Barbz. Just be thinking you won't come up and say what you said. That's why bitch have something over your head. No, baby, I was paying JT Dust because JT wants to use this fan base, the one I'm a part of, for her rollout, but I wasn't going to let her do it. But you know what? Let me tell you something. So hard that I could say her name 50 times and it wouldn't amount to even 20K sales. You flop ass. Why I ran off with your $1,400 and I promoted the queen. Like, don't threaten me. And then I think it's some weak somebody else to threaten me. Like, that's weird. Call. Post a phone call. My mother was on the phone too. You don't have no tea. That's the thing. That's what you don't get. The only person lying is Jatavia. She's lying to you. Talking about get out your feelings. I didn't try to make nothing seem like anything. JT jumped in my DMs. We built a rapport. I asked her to pay my rent. It wasn't even the whole rent. Then you talking about I'm gonna post the text messages. At the end of the day, Miss Shay Shay, I have the phone call recorded. I have all the text messages, and you think that is? Let me tell you how much tea it's not, Miss Got the Scoop. Me and KCA, you had the text messages. Nobody's. And I been knew you was moving funny. The only thing I do is act like I don't know things. I be knowing everything. I been knew you knew. You're not. That's not tea, mama. I been knew you knew. But what do I know is the question. You don't, because you're only getting tea. Why don't you get on Nicki Minaj's timeline where she follows you at and swing for that then since you want to get on Instagram and do it. Got JT got people speaking. So I didn't try to make nothing seem like nothing. JT got on the phone and vented to me about the Barbz. She talked mad shit Lex on the phone. Lex, who is a Barb. She talked mad shit about Caresha on the phone. She talked mad shit about Ice Spice on the phone. I have the phone call recorded since you say you was on the phone, so then you know what was being said. And tell you how much even sneakier that is. We knew you was on the phone because we knew the plot. We know the plot. We know the plot. We knew the plot. I have the messages now. We just said yesterday that you were going to come out today and try to post the messages. That's not tea, mamas. Y'all be thinking y'all got the tea, and y'all be doing what I want y'all to do. Y'all do what I want y'all to do every time. Y'all do. Y'all like, come on now. It's not tea. It's not tea. Talking about you was trying to make it something that it was not. No, I'm not. Friend Jatavia got on the phone with me and started talking shit about the Barbz and venting to me about the Barbz. How about you answer this question, Miss Got the Scoop? Why don't you tell me, since you was there, why the AT called me? What did she call me for? And why was you on the phone if she called me, if she only called me to vent? Because you a scheme. Now screenshot that, sis, because these telling on themselves. You didn't do nothing but tell on yourself like I wanted you to. Now, why would you be on the phone? Now, everybody asks themselves this question because I'm having a plot and I don't know how I have it. Why, if JT was texting me to vent about the Barbz and she texts me to tell them to stop supporting her, it's annoying, why would Got the Scoop be on the phone? Were they plotting? Were they trying to set me up? Were they trying to get me to say something and I didn't say it, so now they don't want to put the phone call out? Oh my gosh. Post the text messages of me saying they be talking about Take Two. That's all you got to do. That's not tea, mamas. That's not tea. You're pressed and you're bothered because I didn't have no issue with you knowing that was your friend. You got upset because I told everybody on her release date because she has Barbz supporting her, and she said she don't want that. And if you was on the phone, then you know she said that. Post the phone call so I could post it. You would be doing me a favor, Miss. I was on the phone. Post the phone call. Post the phone call. And you know I got the screenshot just to show the people that we was on the phone. So first we could go there, then you could post the phone call. We could take it in layers. We could take it step by, because for 6 months continuously,